Hi, everyone. This is Tim Barron with Rocket Matter. Thank you so much for joining us today for another episode in our legal productivity webinar series. And today, our very own Nefra MacDonald will talk about how to use legal practice management software to manage your cases. And she'll take a look at new and enhanced Rocket Matter case management functionality. Hi, Nefra.
Hi, Tim, and hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
So this is the case management, or what I like to call the front office side of law practice management software. And I think we all know that LPMs also offer a robust financial and what I like to call back office functionality. So if you're interested in hearing any more on that of those things, just shoot Nefra, Nefra, an email at rocketmatter.com or me, Tim at Rocketmatter. Now, this is going to be a show and tell webinar, right? So we'll dive right into the product and show you features and functionalities as they're discussed. And then we'll review and wrap up and summarize a few takeaways with some slides towards the end. Right, so now this is a tight 30-minute presentation. So let's get right to it by introducing our presenter. Nefra MacDonald is the Customer Success Product Manager at Rocket Matter. She earned her JD from the University of Miami, and after working in various capacities at law firms, corporations, and nonprofit, she uses her experience to help address the pain points that practicing lawyers feel every day. And I work very closely with Nefra, and she's a gem, and she really does have a unique passion for helping lawyers. All right, take it away, Nefra.
Thank you so much for the intro, Tim, and I'm so glad to be showing you a little bit about what Rocket Matter can do for you and for your practice to help get you organized, get you automated, save you time, and add to your bottom line with some of our great features. So we've got some robust task and calendar management features, Matter and user dashboards that allow you to quickly get oriented with your day and where a case is. We've got great functionality when it comes to the ability to track time and expenses for each case, and it's an area that we're constantly improving on. So a few of my favorite tools for getting started and organized are Matter templates and document folders, and they're two of our newer features here at Rocket Matter. We've also recently introduced our user permissions, which allows you to create a user or restrict access for an existing user to that of counsel view that an attorney can see, and that it's a great feature to just give you a little bit more privacy when it comes to your firm's business. So first thing we want to do is to walk through how to create a basic Matter template. So if you go to your settings in Rocket Matter, there's an area where you can manage your Matter templates. Now we've got some that we've created here, and they can be really useful as a standardized workflow if you're a solo and it saves you time when you're entering repeated tasks you do for a certain matter. But they can also serve as checklists and can provide uniformity when you're working with paralegals and some law clerks or staff that may come in and out. And it's a great training tool built right into Rocket Matter and can help with deadline and filing management as well. So I want to take you through, instead of building a whole new one from the beginning since we're tight on time here, I want to take you through one that we created earlier in the event that you're a PI lawyer and you've got a lot of cases that come in that you do really repeated tasks on as far as a workup. You can create one of these. So we're going to go on an airline accident. It's a pre-litigation template, and you'll see here we've got really guided, formatting here to get you everything that you need into this template. Much like, our billing features, everything in Rocket Matter is pretty user-friendly. So you've got a template name that you'll use to identify it internally for yourself. The description also helps to kind of narrow down what kind of template it is you're building. You'll have a default Matter name, so this helps you to standardize your Matter name formats in-house so that people aren't just typing in a client's first name and last name and a random description. If you want it to be something standard, it would be great to put that here so that you can stay consistent and so can your staff. We've got different ways that you can bill here. And if there's a standard way that you bill for a certain type of matter, you'd want to do that here. So a lot of PI is contingency, so you can click that. The statute of limitations we put does not expire, but you can always change that to a certain date. You can put it days, months, or years out. It's a great feature in Rocket Matter as well. And then you can designate who can view this matter. Remember that this is a template. So when you apply this to a matter, these are things that you can change, but this is what the default is going to be. So right here you can add additional data, and you'll see that we've got custom roles, custom fields, and tags. So for this one, we've already put in the client's health insurance, the third-party adjuster, some of the treating physicians, because those are going to be pretty standard for a case. But let's see if we can add another field here. So we add another relationship. Let's make that client's spouse. Okay, and that will come up every time you add this template. And then we've got some custom fields here, like the third-party insurance claim number, the incident report, the date of accident. Let's just say we wanted to add a field like claiming lost wages. So that way you make sure that you include that in the demand to the insurance company. So you just click add here and it adds the custom field. And then you've got tags. So we've added one already here for personal injury. So let's just add one for airline cases. And that way that tag will be on any matter template or matters that you add using this matter template. Now if you look down the side here, we've got some events that we've already added. This little gadget right here says that this is a milestone event. So when you designate something as a milestone event, you can time other events and tasks off of that milestone. So it'll appear in the drop down when you're adding something. So we've got, a couple of standard things that PI attorneys will do to work up their cases, like an initial client meeting, sending the client the welcome letter and the retainer, sending all of your initial correspondence and letters of representation to insurance and treating physicians. Those are pretty standard things. But let's just say we wanted to add another one. So let's take a look here and see if there's something I can show you. We can make a milestone and then we'll add another event. So there's send initial correspondence to third party and third party insurance adjuster. So if you want to edit this, we click the little pencil here and it'll come up. So we'll just switch this. You just flip this to a milestone. You see that little green arrow? You know you've done it. You can update the template task. So now if we wanted to add, see that right there? That says that we changed it to a milestone event. So if we wanted to add another task based on that, let's see if we wanted to do it as verify receipt of third-party declaration page. We can go ahead and say 30 business days. You can also do calendar days, but we'll do business days after send initial correspondence to third-party insurance adjuster due date. Or we can do it by the adjuster completed date. So once that task is complete, then it'll start tolling this. And the owner is going to be the primary attorney, who's Sally Jones on this account, and then we're going to assign it to her paralegal. We'll go ahead and add that task to the template, and we're ready to go. So it's pretty much that simple, and you can always go in and modify these at any time. So we're going to go ahead and save this template, and it'll be in your list of templates in your settings. So now that we've created that and you see how easy that can be to get set up, it takes a little bit of time, but it's something that will save you a lot of time in the long run. And I want to show you how that works. So in the case of a family law attorney, they'd have a ton of templates they could draw up to save time throughout a case and keep things on track. And in the example we're going to use today, James Jordan is our hypothetical client. He becomes one of Sally Jones's clients. So he calls in because his wife has told him she's filing for divorce. They have one child, a daughter, and he's concerned he's going to lose her because of how contentious things have been with him and his wife, and he needs your help. So the first thing we want to do is perform a quick conflict check to just make sure that we don't have anyone in our system that could be a conflict. So we can type in his name. Let's see who we have coming up with Jordan. We've got Nathan Jordan and Nina Pinto Jordan. Well, the good thing is that James and his wife Jessica are not clients of ours, so we're in the clear. So that conflict check part is done. So then let's go ahead and get his matter set up. So we go to our matter quick add over here. We add a new matter, and we'll come to this screen. So we're going to go ahead and add him as James Jordan. And when we go over to the matter name, what will pop up is something to help us create a quick contact record. So right here, we can put in additional information like his work email, home address, phone, etc. For the sake of time, we're just going to add his name. And the matter name is there. However, since we already have a template for a contested divorce, and James is the respondent, we know that contested divorce 2.2 is the respondent template, so we can go ahead and add that. What automatically populates is the default matter name here. So in remarriage of James Jordan, who's the husband, and Jessica Jordan, who's the wife. So we've got that matter name all set. We've already got the billing default, which is bill on an hourly basis. The statute of limitations doesn't expire, and everyone can view this matter. Now, if we look at the additional fields here, we've got billing information. We can do some trust accounting here, put in an initial trust deposit, set up evergreen retainers, and we also have a feature where we do custom invoices per matter. So if you had a specific one for family law matters or divorces that you've already built, you could select it here at this time. We've also got our client portal here that you can flip this switch and all of the invoices will be shared via portal. The client can log in and see his invoices there. Now the custom data. I don't know if you remember, we were able to add some fields to that airline template that we worked on. So for this one, some of the custom fields you'll see they're not embedded like the way this is. So a general magistrate is a common one that's in some of these. So let's go ahead and quickly add some names. Judge Williams, the opposition. See, it makes you add a contact. So the opposition is going to be Jessica Jordan. The contact will pop up there as well. So as you're going, you're adding these contacts, the new contacts to it. Okay. The judge is Obermeyer. All right. We don't have a general magistrate assigned yet, but we'll work on that. The tags that we put in for this matter template are already here. We've got the case number, so if he's already been served and you've accepted service, you can put in the case number right there. The county, let's put Orange. Any special notes. So one of the common fields that we've seen for family law matters is any special notes, anything you want to keep top of mind about this case. So his daughter has special needs, because that's something you'll want to be able to keep in mind as you're drafting some of these pleadings. His communication preference is also something great to have there. So we'll put email first, then call within 24 hours. And that's good to have there in the event that anyone at your firm needs to communicate. Conflict checked, we did it, yes. The case number's there. The court, we can put Orange County Court System. The date of separation was July 4th, birth, 2016, place of marriage, Miami, date of marriage, July 4th, 2012, children's date of birth. Let's say hers was April 1st, 2013. And her name is Julia Jordan. And the number of children, 1. So those are some of the common custom fields. So we'll go ahead and save this matter. And as you can see, all of the pending tasks that we built into that matter template come up. The people that they were assigned to are there. So we've got all of those ready to go. So in the event that you need coverage for this, if it's in Orange County and you're in Seminole County, you know, you want to be able to assign someone to be able to go and cover your cases. So just to show you really quickly, all of the custom data that we put in, it comes over right on this side. We've got all of your tasks that are pending there. And then upcoming calendar events, we added 1 in that template, and the initial client meeting is coming up at 9 a.m. So all of that's there. So let's go ahead and go to our settings, because we want to set up an attorney as of counsel so that they're only allowed to deal with certain things related to this matter. So you go to your Manage User section, and Keith Michael Stern, he was an associate, he's gone out on his own, but you still like the work that he does, and you want to be able to make him of counsel so he doesn't have insight into your firm's overall picture, but he can still do this. Okay, so he's of counsel now. His hourly rate is 400. We can remove target hours for him because, you know, he's not with us anymore. But all it takes is removing administrative access like this, and then flipping the switch to of counsel, clicking OK. And so all Keith will be able to do now is to view things for this matter. So it's restricted access, so he can't view or edit other users' billable activity. And in the billable activity report, you know, he won't be able to see any of that as well. He can't apply or accept payments or add, edit, or delete matters. All he can do is do the work he's assigned to do. So Tim, I think I've covered some of it so far, but I want to show you really quickly what it takes to upload some documents to a matter that we've just created. Is that okay? Do we have time?
Yeah, we do have time, but we have a couple of questions, Nefra. And
sure.
And just to sort of reiterate, in the beginning, Nefra was giving an overview of what we're going to cover here, and the functionality that we consider the core case management features. So she just covered the role-based user permission, and of course matter templates. And now she's going to talk about document storage and automation. We have matter and user dashboards, and of course task and calendar management by case. So now a couple of questions about matter templates. Can you save an existing matter where you have done a certain type of task already to use as a future matter template for the same type of case?
So you've got a style of a matter, or you've got a matter that you've already worked on. There are tasks and events that you've already done for it. You want to be able to duplicate that and just make a template out of it. Did I understand that right?
Correct.
We don't have that capability right now, but I like it. We're always looking for ways to improve the product, and I think that sounds like a great one.
Oh, that is a good one. By the way, are there examples? I wasn't sure of this. Are there examples of matter templates? So let's say someone just joined Rocket Matter and I want to create a matter template. Is there an example of that in the product itself?
Not in the product itself. We've got some really great trainings through our support team. And if you go to rocketmatter.com/support and you type in Matter templates, it'll show you how to create one, how to do all the dependencies and everything like that. But the idea behind Matter templates was allowing our clients to be able to customize their workflows the way that they like them. Every office works differently, every practice area works differently, and so we wanted to give our users as much power as possible to be able to do that for themselves.
All right. So I think we have a couple of questions from a couple of folks that came in a little bit late, wondering if we had covered documents, and we're going to get to that right now. And
Yep, we're about to do that.
right, just so that you know, Nefra, here are a couple of the questions that you can think about as you talk about it. Talk a little bit about document folders, and let's see, how do we auto-generate documents?
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty.
All right.
So
All yours.
we're back in our Matter dashboard for the James Jordan case we just created. And if we wanted to add some documents, so James has just sent us his mandatory disclosures and financial affidavit document and some of the support documents. And if any of you do family law, you know how cumbersome that can be, and getting that organized is pretty huge. So we're going to go ahead and upload some of the things that he emailed us. So to do that, we're going to go to Matter Documents. And right now there's nothing in there. So we're going to add a folder here within the Matter. We're going to call this folder Financial Affidavit Preparation and Support. Okay, so we'll click Done, and that folder is now created. So if we click into that folder and we want to add some documents now, we can go ahead and click this button, which is add a new file. And what we can do is we can either click to browse files or we can drag and drop. Personally, I'm a fan of the drag and drop. It's a lot easier to get it all in there. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop about 11 items here. And you can see that Rocket Matter is uploading them. We've got a variety of things, a one-pager, a tax return, and all of that is now done. So we can exit this window, and you'll see all of those documents are in here. We could create subfolders in here just for his pay stubs, just for his tax returns to get a little bit more organized, but those documents are now in here. As far as creating new documents, Rocket Matter does have the ability to do document templates as well. They are document templates that will pull directly from the contact record, some of those things, but they will also pull from some of your custom fields as well, which is great. We've got, like, for example, in this one, we've got primary attorney, opposing counsel, the opposition, the case number. So if you wanted to craft your documents, it works like mail merge with Microsoft Word. So if you wanted to create those custom fields and embed them in those documents, this is where it would pull from. So you would be able to start to do some of that as well within Rocket Matter. All right, Tim, have I covered everything?
All right, so we have a couple of questions. Can you import Dropbox folders?
Your Dropbox folders will be visible from the folders, and you can move documents into Rocket Matter there as well. So it's another layer of organization and a way to get all of your documents in one place when it's related to a matter.
Okay. Now, here's a good question. The documents that you just showed, are the documents sorted in chronological order? Like, how can you sort documents?
They're sorted alphabetically right now.
Okay.
Not in the order that they're uploaded.
And is the Dropbox sync two-way?
It is not.
It is not. So it's only from Dropbox to. to Rocket Matter?
Dropbox to Rocket Matter,
Got it.
correct.
Okay. All right. So, we're going to do a quick recap of what Nefer just covered, including, and these slides, by the way, these slides are going to be available along with, we're going to have a recording of the video on Legal Productivity blog later today. That's legalproductivity.com. And if you have any questions during just the last few minutes of these slides, or even at the end of it, we'll stick around to answer them. So go take it away, Nefra.
Okay. So some of the things that we talked about today, the core case management functionality and how Rocket Matter and case management software can really help you do that. We've got the task and calendar management by case, or you've got the firm view as well. Matter and user dashboards to track your time and expense. Unlimited document storage and automation. Rocket Matter does not have a limit on the size of the document that you can upload or the number of documents, which is really great if you're trying to save money on storage. Matter templates to automate workflows for handling different types of cases. It's so critical to your practice to be able to have checklists and a standard way to do things. It saves you time, it saves mistakes, and really keeps you on track. Role-based user permission, we saw how that can work, how you can just restrict someone's access and what they can see related to a case and to your firm in general. And then the client portal, we touched on that a little bit, but enables secure communication with the clients for your invoices and things like that. So some useful case management tools we went over today, the Matter templates. So that automates your checklists and your workflows. Document folders. You can organize related documents for easy access and paperless filing. And then user permissions to restrict of-counsel users' access to certain functions. Now we talked about setting up your Matter templates. What you want to do is you want to think about frequent case types and descriptions for them. What would be standard, descriptive, and a good way for you or the people that are using it to access it. Common characters, common players, common fields. Use existing checklists that you have on paper and maybe translate those into a Matter template to get you started a lot quicker. And think about frequent events, tasks, and deadlines that come up with that case type and automate it. Think about what's the same and automate it. It's a great feature. So for managing Matter templates, you can really create as many as you need. There's no limitation. It's super helpful for busy firms. You saw how quickly we got Mr. Jordan's family set up. And it really does take those paper checklists and make them paperless. There's a standard way for everyone to get everything started. And it does take time, but it saves you time in the long run, and it really does prevent some mistakes. So just to recap who we talked about. So James Jordan called into the office. He was told by his wife that she was filing for divorce. He has a 3-year-old with special needs. He was afraid of losing her. He really wants your expertise. And so we got him started. When you have clients like this, you want to be able to spend time with them and nurture that client relationship, and not so much time on burdening them with some of the administrative stuff. So what we did was we applied the contested divorce with children Matter template. We added relevant documents from the client using document folders. We saw how quick that was. And then we restricted user permissions for our associate that is now a contract attorney that'll be helping us. And I think that's it, Tim.
That's it. All right. So, we do have a couple of questions. I think we talked about this very briefly. So can documents be sorted by date? And just to confirm, it's only alphabetically, correct?
Correct. As of right now, we're working on enhancing some sorting. So if you guys are not current Rocket Matter users, this was a feature that we rolled out a couple of weeks ago. So we're working on enhancing some of the sorting within document folders.
So a great way, if you are going paperless, or even if you're uploading documents into a system, it's really important to have a naming convention. So if you go to legalproductivity.com and in the search field, enter naming conventions, we have a whole post on exactly how you can do this. And if you want it sorted by date, for instance, your naming convention should be by date. And almost everyone that you talk to around paperless and around naming documents says you should start with a date. And of course, if you do that, then it would be sorted by date. But check it out. It was from an attorney who took his firm paperless, and he just graciously provided all of the details on how to, not just the paperless office protocols, but how to name your files. All
Yeah,
right.
and if you do with a date too, it really does help with versioning and seeing how a document will evolve over time. So it's definitely helpful.
So does Rocket Matter sync with Office 365 online calendars?
As of right now, it does not. It's a functionality that we're working on. I was actually sitting with our engineers yesterday talking about some of the requirements for it and it's definitely something that we're thinking about. I know a lot of our users are on 365, so we're right there with you.
Awesome. Let's see. Anything else? Um, that's just all correct. Yeah, we answered a few of these questions. Now we're a little bit over time, and any questions that are specific to a user, a current user, we'll get in touch with you and we'll answer them. So that wraps it up. Nefra, thank you so much for the presentation, and thanks everyone for attending. Um, Shoot us an email, Nefra, again, at rocketmatter.com, me, Tim, at rocketmatter.com. Let us know what you would like to hear more of and what you thought of the presentation today. All right? Thank you for attending, everyone. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.